Great. Hey, everybody, and welcome to 10 strategies to get your first or your next 100 subscribers. As I said before I hit record, I am a solutions provider for Constant Contact. I am not going to be selling you Constant Contact or any of its products today. I am just leaning on the slides that they had given us as solutions providers to be able to share with you what I know to be the best strategies to get your first or your next 100 subscribers. A little background is I've been a solutions provider for, I think, more than 10 years. And yes, Constant Contact started just as an email platform. They are so much more, but I've learned a lot because I am a partner. I get to hear about some of the best statistics and success stories of people that do use email marketing. And I'm here to tell you that email marketing is not dead. No matter who your demographic is, people are reading their emails. They're in their inbox. And I want to share with you some of my favorite ways to grow my list. And I also want to remind you of something really important. No matter what workshop you go to, no matter who you learn from or book you've read, do not feel like you need to pick every single tip up and take it with you and implement all of it. Because there's no way that it will all work for you, whether you're a brick and mortar, whether you're online business, whether you sell products, whether you sell services. All 10 that I've even picked today are not going to 100% work for you, nor do you need to worry about them. So I invite you to sit back. I invite you to relax. I invite you to listen to the reasons why I'm sharing these 10. And I invite you to pay attention to how you feel when I share them, because some are going to be like, nope, Deb, no way in heck am I going to even give that one a try. And others are going to be like, oh my gosh, that couldn't be simpler. I never thought of it. I'm going to totally do that one, right? So you might find 2 or 3 that feel really amazing, and then you'll go ahead and you'll try that. So I want to just remind you too, if you have not selected an email marketing platform, you need to. You can not do email by way of collecting emails in a Google Sheet and then emailing them from your Gmail. That is not how a business does email marketing. So if you're doing that, then I hope that this will light that spark under you and remind you that, like, if you want to be a business, you need to start doing it the legal way, the correct way. And one of the main reasons why you want to use an email provider like Constant Contact or others, I'm not going to name others right now because that's not what this is about, is so that people can select how they want to hear from you. And if they decide to stop hearing from you, they can unsubscribe easily. Okay. So also, I know for a fact that a lot of those providers like Gmail or Outlook or Comcast even often end up in spam. So just think about how you can up-level your email game when you use an email platform, okay? So let's get started. Your contact list is one of your most valuable assets. No matter your business size or organization, your contact list is what you own. And you've heard me say it before, you don't own your followers on Instagram. You don't own the people that are in your Facebook groups. So it's important for you to pay attention to your most valuable asset. It's also very natural for your contacts to unsubscribe from your list. That is normal. It happens to me every time I send an email, pretty much, like I would say 85% of the time when an email goes out, I get at least one unsubscribe, which is why it's even more important to continually grow your list with quality contacts of people who want to hear from you. Now, 55% of consumers still say that email is their preferred way of communication. Okay, so that's important. If you're not paying attention to how your customers want to hear from you, and you're just constantly posting in your Facebook group, and they would much rather read about something that you're doing or the value that you bring to the table in email, they're probably not going to go deeper in the Facebook post. Okay, so this is one of the statistics I'm going to share with you today. And the reality is, no matter their generation, you can tell me all you want that your kids don't use email, but my 19-year-old, I asked her, she gets her most important things that she needs, reminders and she'll tell me the best sales come in the inbox, right? You don't miss it because you're not hanging out on social media 24/7. When people are in their inbox, they are being intentional with their time. They will scroll their inbox and decide whose email they want to open. So no matter their generation, email always comes out on top. 1 in 10 people, yes, have shifted to prefer a text in the last year, but that's 1 in 10, which means 9 of those 10 still want email over text and over social media. Okay. So that's important. So I know that growing your email list feels time consuming. It feels overwhelming. And if you're unsure where to start or how to even get your email list to the next level, this is what we're going to focus on today. So I'm really glad you're here. I'm really proud of you for taking the 2 seconds it took to opt in for this workshop. If we've never met before, we're going to meet in a second, but I love teaching. And I always forget that I love teaching until I open up my calendar and pick a date to teach a workshop. So thank you for being here. I promise that you're going to get tips that you can do right away, strategies. And I hate that word strategy, even though I'm a social strategist. Like, let's just think that it's like an easier way to get done what you want to do, right? Simple actions that you can take today to grow your list. So here's what we'll cover today. And PS, I have to say, you all just came because of a title. Every single one of you that registered for today's workshop, you came because you saw that title, the title that I've got 10 ways that you can grow your list. I didn't even tell you what we would cover other than that. So, I mean, I must be doing something right, and or my email marketing must be working. Every time I sent an email this week about this workshop, someone just like you registered. It was like, oh yeah, I want to join that. Oh, I have the time. I can sign up. Or let me sign up because she said I'll get the replay, which is great. So here's what we're going to cover today. How to get the people to join your list. And I know some of you are like, oh my God, I hate asking people to join my list. It feels so yucky. Well, okay, we're going to fix that. Also, I'm going to share with you 10 strategies you can use in a variety of ways, different ways, in person, online. Wait till you see. Like, there's some maybe you've never even thought about. And then lastly, how to build momentum with these new subscribers. Because here's the thing, when they join, they are a lead. That's it. They are a lead. They are someone who has raised their hand and said yes to you. We're going to take them through that journey. They become a lead, then they become a prospect, then they become a client or a customer. So this is what we want. We want to build that momentum to get them to become customers. Okay, let's meet each other. So I am Deb Laflamme. I'm a social strategist, content coach. I'm the owner of For the Love of Your Biz. And yes, I help business owners authentically and intentionally market better so you can spend less time online, but most importantly, get better results. I am, as I mentioned, a constant contact partner, but I'm also a strategist who, honestly, over the last 12 years has figured out the simplest ways, like really simple. I'm not a complex person. I can break things down pretty easily for you so you can see the steps, but I've gone through it myself for my own business. I've done these tactics and ways to grow a list for clients. They all work. They may not all 10 be needed in your business, but in some way, shape, or form, I have implemented one of these 10 ways to grow a list for either myself or for a client. And so I'm so glad you're here, because my goal is if you just leave with one new idea to grow your list, I've done my best work. All right, so let's take a poll. I'm going to go into the chat. Where are you at in growing your list? And here's how we're going to do this. 1, you're a total newbie, like you're just starting, you don't have any of a list, like maybe, 10 people or less. So that's number 1, I'm a newbie. 2, I want it now. I've started to grow my list, but I'd like to go faster. And 3, I'm kind of stuck. I'm in a slump. I have a good list, but it doesn't seem to be growing much anymore. So please go into the chat. We've got our newbies. Yay. I love our newbies. Awesome. And we've got our I want it nows. And we've got some slumpies. Okay, great. 2-ish, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1. So look, you guys are in good company, and you're here because you know it can be better. That's the part I love the most, is you are here because you know it doesn't have to stay exactly like it is. So thank you. Thank you for voting in that poll. One thing I want to share too is like, if for those of you that want it now, like you're super, super excited, you want it to go faster, please, please, please don't buy a list, no matter what, no matter how cheap it is, because growing your list the right way is really what makes email powerful. Having that healthy list is when you can really go deeper. And that's how I know that my list is really good. Every time I sent an email this week about this workshop, someone joined the workshop. That tells me that my email subscribers want what I've got to offer. Okay. You also, when you buy emails, you get in trouble with legal repercussions, and then you're responsible because someone sold you a list. Also, like, if people don't know you, they're going to be like, why are you sending me this message? Okay. And lastly, for those of you that feel like, gosh, I haven't even started, or my list is stale, it's quality over quantity. I have worked with business owners who have tens of thousands of subscribers. And let me tell you something, doesn't mean their bank account is any greater than yours or mine. It truly is quality over quantity. And do not feel bad about your small numbers. You just need quality contacts who want to hear from you. So let's get into that mindset of everybody who's going to join my list is because they want to be on my list. And you guys know that I say, you can't make people join your list. They join because of something that you said or something you did. You made them feel a certain way. It's not like you're walking over to their house on Main Street, going in their living room where they're looking at your thing, and you pull their phone out and you type in their name on your website. It's not how it works. Something you said or did got them to say yes. All right, so let's start with how you can entice people to join your list. And remember, it's not about them receiving your email. Like, this is really important. It's not about them receiving your email. Okay, one of the most important things to remember when growing your list is that it's not just about it. So let's talk about why people will subscribe to a list, to your list. So if it's not about them receiving your email, what is it about? It's about what's in it for them. Your experiences, because they provide value, your stories, because they provide value, your mission, because you make them feel a certain way, and what you've gone through, something they can connect with, or something you bring to the table they want. So here's 3 reasons why people will subscribe or opt into your email. Okay, so this is like the mind game, like the psychology behind why somebody might join your email list. Number 1, ta-da, I'm sure you knew that one. Because you're going to give them a discount, or because of a promotion. Gosh, how many emails have you opted in for? How many companies have you opted into? And the reality is, it's because you wanted something, maybe a sale, maybe a coupon, who knows, right? But maybe you haven't even bought anything yet. So promotions and discounts is the first. The second, exclusive content. So, hey, join our list to receive a free checklist to blank. And we're going to go deeper into each of these. Okay. And then the third, a show of support. So get weekly updates on my thing. You can get current opportunities to volunteer and more. So this is a lot. Show support would be more nonprofit. Exclusive content could be for service-based businesses. Promotion and discounts could be for product-based. But know that, like, there are people that will join your list for 1, 2, or 3 of these reasons. So knowing that, come up with something that you will say or provide right off the bat to entice me to join your list. This will be the value you provide. And so think of, I'm sure you've been in courses or you've watched videos where people are talking about creating that lead magnet, AKA your freebie. It could be a download, it could be a series, it could be a challenge, which is a special deal of some sort or free asset like that download offered to your people in exchange for their email address. And that's the give to get, right? They give you their email address, they get something. And it could be a simple offer that they redeem right away, or sort of helpful asset like a how-to, etc. We're going to go into this because I want you to leave here knowing what your freebie is, what your lead magnet is. And while this isn't the workshop to actually brainstorm all the details of it, you should leave this experience feeling like, yeah, okay, I can totally do this, because you can. So let's talk about the kinds of lead magnets that I've seen used for getting more people on your email list. Loyalty or referral programs. So some businesses encourage subscriptions by offering a loyalty or referral program. So maybe you enter your birthday, and every year on your birthday, you get, the month of your birthday, you get, 20% off. Okay, so that's an option. So they make a subscription, a private or special experience, or unique content or discounts only available when you sign up. Another would be a giveaway, something of value or perceived value. So you could run a giveaway, and the only way that people can enter is by giving you their email. And you're probably like nodding, like, yeah, I didn't even think about this. An ebook or download. Well, we've certainly seen this happen. An ebook download where after your person subscribes, they get some thought leadership or other content that they get via a PDF as the value for subscribing. And then you're going to make sure to continue offering value in every email. We will talk about how to take care of the people who say yes to you at the end of this workshop. Okay. And then how about being a resource? You guys know this is one of my content pillars, being a resource. In the spirit of an ebook, you could also get a guide, a checklist, a workbook even. This would be something that fits into converting someone who's a lead and then taking them into the next steps. So one of my freebies is 18 social post ideas. Everybody wants content ideas. So here's 18. And here you go. Like when you give me your email address, you get them, and you give me your address, you immediately get the download. And then I might send you 2 or 3 more emails to talk about those content ideas. You also have webinars or a class like this. This free workshop is a lead magnet for my business, right? Where I can encourage you to sign up when you attend. Well, I encourage you to attend this workshop providing next steps or education, right? And so now most of you were already on my list. I would say maybe 75% of you were already on my email list that subscribed, that entered and registered for this workshop. And so that means this is exactly what you need, right? But what happens is the next level of this is now I know you want email content. You want content around email marketing, right? So 75% of you were already on my list, but now I know you want me to go deeper about email content. And the 25% that came off of social media who've never been on my email now are on my email list, because I'm giving this very valuable workshop that you will leave with 10 ways to grow your email list. And then lastly, a case study, or what's most commonly now called maybe a white page. Right? So case studies or white pages, they work great for business to business and nonprofits as a way to showcase what you can do, right? And just remember to stay with useful information and continue to provide value. So before we go any further, I would love to see, just in the chat, let me know with a yes or a no. Do you have a lead magnet, one of these 6 categories? And if so, which category does it fall under? Yes or no? And if yes, which category? And I'll take a minute for you to get into the chat. Free meditation, not yet. Yes, a webinar or class. No, no, yes, a guide. Great, no. Okay, well, we're going to fix that. Email series, free download. Great. Awesome. Referral. Great. Okay. And maybe you'll get some ideas from each other, which is wonderful. Yes, a meditation. Okay, great. Yippee. So you're halfway there. Doesn't that feel good? And if you don't, I promise you will have one. You will. So here's some tips for enticing people to join your list. All right. So these aren't the 10 strategies yet. We are going to get into that. This is the last piece of the how to entice people to join your list. So here's some quick tips. You can, your lead magnet, right? That thing that you all just listed, or if you don't have one yet, you will have one. But that thing, is what should be featured as the headline. So in your ask or on your sign up forms, right? So this example here is obviously just a standard template from Inside Constant Contact. It's their version of lead pages or ConvertKit or Kajabi, like all the companies you've heard. This is the landing page. This is what it looks like. Super simple, logo at the top, get the guide, instructions on what to do. And so it's like very simple, right? Like it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. Here's the thing, keep it simple. Set the expectations. Here's what you're going to get, right? After that, you'll receive our monthly email, home buying tips, news, and relevant listings. Like you guys can do this. You can do this. This is what you put on the form. This is what you ask for. And then they get the 10 steps to buying your first home. I don't think we have any realtors here, but if we did, there you go. There's an idea, right? It doesn't always have to be 10. It could be 3. It could be a cheat sheet. It could be a checklist. All right. You also need privacy policy and terms of service. And another reason why to use a platform such as Constant Contact or the others, because they'll make sure that you're safe and protected, right? Again, no collecting emails in a Google Sheet and then emailing your contacts from your Gmail. No, no, no. That's not what businesses do. Okay. So next up, we're going into the 10 strategies to use in the different various channels that you can use, right? So there's a lot of different ways to collect emails. So we're going to talk about how you can do that. There are 3. I put them into 3 buckets. I love buckets. You guys know that. I broke it into 3 buckets or areas that you may want to ask people to join your list. Remember, all 10 may not be for your business. So pick up what you need, leave what you don't. All right, here we go. In person. So if you are a 100% online business, these probably won't work for you, but there's going to be various channels that will as we continue on. But in person, you can do at checkout, while helping a customer, or at an event. And at an event, you could be a business that doesn't have a brick and mortar, but maybe you're doing a home show or you're at a networking event. Okay. So I don't want you to think that, that because you don't have a brick and mortar, none of these work, right? So at checkout, while helping a customer on the phone or in person, even anytime you're participating in an event, and I'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. The second bucket is in print materials. Guess what? Just like email marketing isn't dead, neither are print materials. And I'm going to go into deeper things about your business cards and flyers and things like that. So you can turn your lead generation link from wherever you have it. So if it's on Constant Contact, if it's on your website, if it's in the MC platform, we won't name that here, but any of the other platforms where you have your link, right? You can turn that landing page into a QR code. And I'll talk about that in a minute as well. The third is online. Okay. Most of you are marketing online. I know I've seen your names as you were registering, and like, this will be the most popular. So I've already talked about those web-based forms and the lead generation landing page. Like, think about it. A great place to share that link is on social media. You can use a variety of ways and channels to grow your lists. We're going to get into them in a minute, but your website, social, email signature. I mean, gosh, how many emails are you sending a day? And those landing pages that I mentioned. Okay, so capture signups on your website. Let's move on to talk about the 10 actions you can grow your list. Your website, my gosh, we're going to go into a little more detail, but your website is a great place to gather new subscribers. What do we need to think about when it comes to getting subscribers on your website? Number 1, this is the first strategy. So get your pens out if you don't have them out yet. You're going to capture my attention with a pop-up form. People either love them or hate them. The best part about a pop-up form, my friends, is that there's always an X that you can X out if somebody doesn't want to join. Okay. So the pop-up, the reason I love a pop-up on your website is because it gets the attention of the people visiting. Okay. It gets the attention of the people visiting. And, you know, you can love them, you can hate them. Don't use them if you don't want to, but it's certainly a way for people to get access to the form. Okay, I can see there's very strong opinions about pop-up forms. Again, with the 10 ideas, not all have to be for you. Okay, here we go. Add a full form on a page of your site dedicated to list growth. So if you don't want the pop-up, you can put a form on your contact form, right? Just have it be there on your about page. Not everyone's going to hit your homepage. So just remember that. Maybe just put the pop-up form on your homepage. So that's option 1. Option 2 is during your checkout process. People can opt in to join your email list. So if you sell something online during the checkout process, let your customers check the box asking them to be added to the list. Don't pre-check the box, my friends. It's best for them to make the decision to subscribe rather than having them scooch over it and not pay attention and didn't know that they needed to unclick it. Okay, don't be tricky. We don't like tricky bit marketers. Also think about other ways someone might want to join your list when filling out a form. As an example, it could be during a scheduling service or a free call. You should also consider adding an opt-in for any contact us form you have. So that might be a better situation for those of you that hate these, right? Just add it on the contact us form that you have on your website. All right, now we're going into the next stage of collecting emails. This would be on social. And I know many of you are connected to me on social, but it's also important to mobilize like your social following to do business with you. And what does that mean? It means getting them to take the next best step, right? Getting your followers getting your social media followers off of social and onto your list gives you control and allows you to contact them on your terms. I mean, you want to remove the problem with the algorithm that you quote unquote have in your head, get them to join your email list. You've got plenty of opportunities to get people on your mailing list with social. Social is a piece of the strategy. So let's get them off of social. Here's how. Add a link to a sign up form in your profile, your bio, right? In your bio, you could put it right here. And depending upon your kind of page that you have, you might actually have a button that says like, join my list or something. So on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all 3 will have a bio link that you can add in your profile for a sign up form. So you'll add a link directly with your profiles in your profiles bio section. You can do that easily with that landing page link that I showed you earlier. It's really that simple. Like that, if that's your goal of your profile, then put that link there. We're going to go into other options for social in a moment, so don't start getting upset. But I think it's a great way. If you're not doing anything else, then you at least put it right there in your bio. There's also the call to action button form, to your sign up forms, specifically Facebook and LinkedIn. So in Facebook, you would go to your business page, select the plus sign, add a button, and then you can use the URL from that landing page that I showed you earlier that's on your website. Okay, so that's how you do it on Facebook. On LinkedIn, you go to your business page and you click on that little pencil just under your banner, and you can turn on the custom button and you can choose sign up. And that's another way. And these are honestly, they're simple, they're passive. It's perfect. Like you don't need it to be more than that. All right. Don't we love the local Concord cheese shop? Okay. And then we move on to those of us that have multiple links. So first of all, you don't need multiple links. I just want you to know if you have just one, that's awesome. That's great. That's a starting point. But some of us have been doing this long enough that we may have more than one lead magnet. A lead magnet could be a freebie, a call scheduler, could be a contact form. So for some of us, we may need to feature more than one link in our bio or call to action buttons that you refer to regularly. If that's the case, you'll want to use something like Linktree, which is what I use, or your website /links, where you actually set up a page on your website that maybe looks something like this graphic on the left. right? And so it has your Instagram link, your Facebook link, additional recipes. Like for me, I use Linktree, and then I just prioritize what I'm talking about. So like for this week, I had the workshop as the top. I also have my social post ideas. I have my book a call with Deb. I might have one of my most popular podcast episodes. So it's all there for people to decide what they want. Okay. So you could use those as a tool to enhance your multiple links. All right. So we're halfway there. This is number 5. Another way to grow your email list is to create a post and pin it to the top of your page. You guys have seen that option in your groups and your pages. You can post and pin something to the top of your pages on Facebook, in your Facebook community. A pinned post equals a popular post, and users know that. So it might grab their attention when they're on your page. So you might want to pin that post to the top of your social pages, which features your lead magnet. Okay, here's 6. This one may not work for everybody. This is using ads, right? You could use a lead ad in Facebook and or Instagram to find new customers and supporters. Now, ads cost money, so this might not be on the table for you right now. That's okay. But creating a Facebook or Instagram lead ad is a great way to find new customers, donors, and get them to join your list, because you can target new leads based on their location, their interests. And truthfully, like, the retargeting for Facebook ads is really intuitive. And so if done right, you could even target people that look like your existing email contacts, right? So I don't want to go too deep into ads. I'm not an ad strategist. Certainly it's something that takes a lot of skill and time to set up correctly. So I just wanted to use that as an option, because it is an option. And this is not about spending thousands of dollars. You could spend a couple dollars a day, or, $50 a month even, to get some new leads. It's just about where you are in your business. So know that it's available to you. Okay, number 7, be engaging in the comment section. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know that I say there's 4 phases: curate, create, calendar, connect. If you are not connecting and being engaging in the comments, you are missing opportunities to get people to join your list. So when you are engaging in comment section of social media, what I mean is, if there's a conversation happening and you can be a part of it, right? You can feature your email right in that comment if appropriate. You keep your social posting as relevant as possible. This is when you're intentional, right? You're intentionally marketing. There's people talking to you in the comments. You can keep it conversational, encourage more engagement. This way you can provide your expertise and then let people know that they can get more information and more from your business by signing up for your emails. Just remember that the big goal here of growing an email list is to be helpful and to be natural, like intentional and authentic, like I say, and not be pushy. So for those of you that, wrote in and said, like, how do you do it without being pushy? Like, just go back to your mission, go back to your vision, go back to who you want to help and why. Be in that, like, embody that. And then when you show up online, you won't be pushy, because you don't have it in you, because who's got a mission that's pushy? None of us. Now, if it's dollar driven and you're trying to make money, then yeah, that's different, but that's not being aligned. That's not being intentional. So you might provide a recommendation and then say they can learn more about it in your weekly emails or your monthly newsletter. So just be supportive. That's all. Like, it doesn't have to be more than that. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to feel gross. Okay, number 8. Whew. Number 8, collaborate with other businesses. This is how you get in front of other audiences that are like the ones that you want to support. You can feature each other. You can co-host, sponsor a webinar or event. You could share a social post about them. They can do the same. You can co-sponsor a giveaway. I mean, you feature them and ask people to sign up to their list, and vice versa, right? So obviously it works best if you can imagine that you both serve the same people, and vice versa. So just think of, who can you collaborate with? Who can you collaborate with? Just think about it. Who also has the same audience as you? Okay, we're down to the last 2. let's talk about a few options for utilizing your print materials to gain signups. Here's number 9. You can feature a QR code or short link on your printed materials. If you have already printed materials done, you can go online to QR code generator and you can easily print labels with your QR code to add to your existing materials. This is not about scrapping everything you have, but how about enhancing what you have and getting, the QR code on there to make it easier for people, right? Include some text on what they get. Like it says join here to get a free guide, right? So they know to scan it. I mean, I just think of what's happened over the past couple of years where all the restaurants are using QR codes for their menus. And here's what happens when they do that. Any change they have to the menu is all digital, right? So like you're going to their most latest and greatest menu when you do that. So they're saving a ton of money. You get the most accurate menu at that time. So it does work really well. It also works to join email lists. So business cards, brochures, direct mail, menus, use on the table tents, on your receipts, you can do it. And indirect mail, anything that a potential customer or lead might pick up and see. Flyers at the coffee shops. I just was driving around the other day, putting up flyers for my daughter's upcoming play. It's amazing the kind of information you can put a QR code on anything and people can go where they need to go. So don't forget that you can do it for people to join your email list as well. Okay, and then let's move on to talk about your events and in-person interactions, sorry. Think of how many times you've been someplace and there's an iPad, right? That says, do you want to join our email list? Like it's like a Squarespace app. You can use an app or a form on your device. It's that easy. And then you don't have to worry about misspelling. I mean, I think of all the times 10 years ago when I would do events in person and I had a clipboard and people would subscribe and I'd have to come back. And it was basically like, write your name down here and your email and I'll add you to my list. And people would opt in. Yeah, I want those free things. I want your content. I want to receive an email from you once a month. And they would write it down. You get home and you couldn't read their writing. So using an app or a form on your phone or on your iPad, in your store, at your office, at events, or while networking. I mean, this is so much better than what I used to have to do with the clipboard. So if you have an Android or Apple tablet, you can collect signups after you download and install. Like there's list builders for everything. You can literally put the link to your landing page on your tablet. The best part is that you don't have to be connected to Wi-Fi. You can have a mobile data right where you are collecting signups. So it's great. And once you're back in a service area, you can take all those contacts and automatically update them to your email list. You can have a tag for them that says like at event or a networking event, and you don't have to do any of that tedious data entry. Amen. Okay, we're getting to the finish line. Now we've done the enticing people to join your list, right? The value. I've shared 10 ways that you can invite people in places, various channels to grow your email list. And then the third, but certainly, in my opinion, the most important, when you get subscribers, well, now what, right? How to build momentum with them. And so many of you are like, all right, I've got subscribers. Now what? Like, what do I say to them? How do I connect more deeply with them? So let's move on to talk about what happens after they sign up and how you can use this time when they are most engaged to build momentum, to get them to take the next action and engage with you. Remember, they became a lead. Now you want them to be a prospect so that then they can become a customer. When someone gives you their email list or their email address, they're highly engaged. They're excited. You guys know what that feels like. You've done it yourself. Like, oh, I want that thing, right? So it's important to start communicating with them immediately. Every great relationship starts with a communication. And this is where, at the very least, a welcome email comes into play, right? And so I'm going to share 2 emails with you right now that need to happen right away. I would love to do a second workshop where I share with you like what happens next after you get your new healthy list going. But that's not the purpose of today. So I'm just going to share two with you so that you at least know where to start if you're just getting started. So at the very least, you got a welcome email, like I said, and then you would send maybe a second email. So did you offer a coupon or some sort of content to get them to sign up? In that first email, you're going to fulfill that offer and welcome them, right? Fulfill that right away and welcome them. Let them get to know you and what to expect. That's email one. So that happens automatically. Also, this is another reason why you can't do this in Gmail. When I submit my email to you, there should be an automatic trigger in your email platform that immediately sends the thing that I'm opting in for. And it should be hands off. This is where you get to be the business owner that gets to sit in her throne or his throne and just know that your business is doing what it's meant to do while you're doing more of the work you love. You should not be doing this manually. Email two, as the example, is an invitation to connect. And like, this is the cleanest, clearest, simplest way for you to keep them entertained when they said yes. So email two could be as simple as letting them know how to get in touch with you. Like, show them where else you are. Are you on social? Do you do videos every Monday on Facebook? Do you have a free community? What is the next best step that you want them to take? Most people, when they join your list, they don't know you well enough. They're taking that first step on the relationship ladder. They need to get to know you, to like you, to trust you. And so that's why a second and or maybe third email when they first say yes to you is important. So here we have some like, sample emails, right? So like this would be like your sequence. But lead nurturing turns them into, like I said, they go from leads to a prospect to a customer, okay? So you want to, for many businesses, like whether you're for-profit, nonprofit, like I said, you want to nurture those leads. And this is where that nurture sequence comes in. So depending upon the kind of business you are and what you offer, you may need to do more nurturing than others to let them know about your products or your services. So important to keep leads warm, very important. And some of the things that you can turn into that nurture sequence is telling them about you, sharing features or benefits of your product or your service. You can have an email that's just about testimonials or reviews. And then you can ask for them to take that next step with you, either a donation if you're a nonprofit, or to book a free call, or maybe to hire you for whatever it is they're looking for. The one thing I want you to remember is, because you want to keep them warm, don't let them forget about you. Engage and then re-engage. It's all about staying top of mind. Email marketing is a great reminder. Again, many of you were already on my list. And like I said, I think I said 75% of you in this workshop live or watching the replay were already on my list. I sent you something. It reminded you that I was here. Okay. So let's recap. Get your first or next 100 subscribers by featuring what's in it for them. Okay. Remember, it's about the value you provide in your emails upon signing up. So you're going to pick that lead magnet that will draw them in and entice them to give you their email address, right? This is like a contact form may not be enough. It might be for some people to say yes, because maybe their friend told you to go. So like if my friend said, hey, go over to 123.com and join their email list, their content's awesome. That's good. That's great. That's amazing. Like that is like gold. But that may not always be what gets people to sign up. Like a contact form may not be enough, okay? So remember that. Also, remember to leverage all the variety of ways you can maximize your signups you're getting, whether in person, in print, and online, okay? And then finally, remember to use an automated welcome email at the very least. These people are highly engaged. Think of yourself when you join an email list. You're excited. You want to learn more. Don't make them wait. They're saying yes. They're highly engaged, and you want to continue that momentum. You know, like I said, I could help you design an entire sequence that would get them to go from lead to prospect to customer. And so they may need that, but there are people that may not need that. This is about giving them what they need when they need it. So depending upon your business, just remember, you may need to support and nurture someone longer than another business, okay? But it's about moving the contacts more to move them closer to doing business or supporting your cause. Okay, there you have it. Believe it or not, we did it in 50 minutes. I love it. So I am Deb Laflamme. I am the owner of, here, I'll put my face back on, the owner of For the Love of Your Biz. And I am so excited that you joined me for this event, the 10 strategies to get your first or next 100 subscribers. I know you can do this. You don't need all 10. I hope we will connect. You can find me at For the Love of Your Biz or my free community social post ideas with Deb Laflamme. I would love to stop recording, and I'm going to stop recording right now. And I just want to say before I stop recording that I will send the replay to everyone who registered. You are welcome to hit reply from that email that has the replay and ask any questions if you weren't here live to ask your questions. I have some ideas of how I can help you grow your email list, but more importantly, nurture and keep those leads warm, which I will send you with the replay, as well as some tools that I think might be helpful for you as you go ahead and attract the right people to join your email list. This really is about quality, not quantity, when it comes to having a healthy list that want to work with you, that want what you have to offer. And so I want you to really embody that. You don't need tens of thousands. If you're an influencer, fine. If you sell a product, awesome. But I'm pretty sure most of you who are in my community have a service. And so this is about going deeper, not wider. And I'm here to support that for you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording, stop the share. And